On guys and girls, how you doing? That's Anger Roleplay here once again, and today I want to talk a little and update on my Shock Nova Elementalist build guide, which I created a long time ago, but with the recent patch announcement and 3.6 Synthesis League, Shock Nova draws an additional attention because the skill was really buffed, and the buff is pretty substantial, like I would say. It's pretty big, and a lot of people asking me questions when I could update my old Shock Nova build, because basically a lot of people will want to try it as a league starter. Just want to try Shock Nova, want to try something non-meta, and here I am with an update, guys. Overall, just some things about Shock Nova. Shock Nova has the highest shock effectiveness in the game. It's a giant AoE skill. It has tons of shock and really is made to work with the Impulse's Broken Heart. Even though Impulse was nerfed, it's still GG chest for the build, but it can work without it. It will take a while before you get it, but still, when you get it, when it gets to a certain amount of levels and gear and shit, it becomes an absolutely absurd clear speed experience. This is one of the most funniest builds I've played in my Path of Exile career, and this is one of the most unique, maybe the most unique build I've created in Path of Exile, because it's absolutely non-meta. No one gave a shit about Shock Nova when I created the build, but obviously now with the recent buff it gets more and more attention. So let's take a look. So here we are on the Path of Building, guys, and this is a 3.6 updated skill tree right here. Some things happened over the last couple of patches. First of all, this area has been reworked. It now has these nice juicy nodes, which are Light of Divinity has been reworked, Holy Dominion. We are taking these nodes right here on the left side of the tree. And the 3.6 of the right side of the tree has been reworked. Now we have new nodes called Resourcefulness has been reworked, and it gives us life, energy shield, and life regeneration too, and this small nodes gives additional life and resistance too, so we're taking this, as well as the elemental focus here too. There's a couple of juicy nodes that are worth mentioning, which are this is Ash, Frost, and Storm, and now it gives 20% increase added damage as well as resistance. So potentially if you go higher than 93, you can try to scale your way here, because it gives you all res, increased LA damage, as well as reduced reflect elemental damage taken, which is pretty juicy because we are not taking Paragon of Calamity here. We are all pure dips, so we are taking reflected damage. So this thing over here is really like a big deeps. Another thing is this. This is also very interesting new node called Arcane Expanse. Increases spell damage, increases area of effect, gives a little intelligence. Spells give increased area of effect, a little spell damage. So potentially, if you want to stretch out to the 93 plus, I can recommend going into either Ash, Frost, and Storm for resist, or for area effect you can go Arcane Expanse, and that's about it. Another interesting things that are appearing in the 3.6 is this node called Mysticism has been reworked entirely. Now it gives us a lot of block when dual wielding, and chance to gain frenzy and power charges when you block, as well as increased spell damage while dual wielding, guys. Since we are dual wielding in this specific setup that I use for maximum damage, because dual wielding is the only way how you can squeeze the absolute max dips out of it. Traveling to this node, I think, is not a bad idea if you really want to start stacking some block. If you want to be like more defensive, I think these nodes are really worth it. Another interesting node that has been introduced is Arcane Guarding. This increases your energy shield from equipped shield, increases block spell damage while holding a shield, as well as increases spell damage while holding a shield in general. Overall, this is like another way to stack block ES version of the build, and I think that in 3.6 it is really good to try some CI or energy shield version of this build, because even though we have like 6,000.5 life, it's still harder to leech now as much life as energy shield, because Energy Shield has just been introduced, and I think it will be extremely overpowered. There are multiple sources how you can leech Energy Shield right now. There's absolutely stupid amount of ES leech right now on the tree, and the gear you can get a lot of stuff. And if you really want to try something absolutely new, I can recommend you to try to make a CI version of this existing build and stack our King Guarding and probably Mysticism as well. Another thing has been worth noting is that Hearts of Thunder and Breath of Rhyme and all that shit has been also revoked, and now gives you 0.2 of corresponding damage of the element leached as energy shield once again. I don't know why, but GGG kind of insists that the 3.6 league will be like the energy shield league, so it doesn't leech to life, it doesn't leech to everything, it just leeches to energy shield. And I don't know why, honestly, it just forces you to go energy shield of this league. So if you want to go it, absolutely do it, guys. I think it's an absolutely great idea. Otherwise, it is absolutely the same build, utilizing the same items that I have, and this is practically the same items that I have on my Winter Orb build. Is practically the same shit. So these are very like normal items, nothing crazy here, nothing crazy here. Watcher's Eye is pretty affordable too, it's like 2 for Exiles, nothing specific, guys. There are 2 different Watcher's Eye that you can use for this build too. Overall, if you want to see like the full build guide, I have the full build guide video for this build, explaining absolutely everything in the minor detail, explaining all the jewels of the nodes, how you level up. There are also leveling trees down there. I think there's no level trees, by the way. Yeah. So leveling trees are there in the original video. I will try to get the leveling tree for you in this one as well if you want to test it out. So that's about it. The damage here has not been updated yet because the patch drops tomorrow in the evening, and this damage will get higher as well. It will be about 30% higher, and this is the shaper damage too. So it will be like around 1.3 million shaper damage, which is really nice. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching, and try Shock Nova. Don't be a fucking pleb and try something non-meta next time. Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for watching the video. Your likes and dislikes, especially as they push me forward even more. If you want to see more content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do daily uploads of role-playing content, be it builds, guides, let's play, stream highlights, and upcoming RPG games. Also, don't forget to follow my Twitch stream to catch me live in action. I do stream daily on working days. I'm a full-time YouTube content creator and a Twitch streamer too, so if you want to support me, you can do it either from Twitch or by PayPal directly from my website angryroleplayer.com. Join my Discord channel too for a place to discuss RPG things offline, as well as follow my Twitter to be notified on any new content. If you want to get extra information like sneak peeks into upcoming videos, plans, different behind-the-scenes footage, you can also join the Unholy Army on Patreon as well, guys. Thank you very much once again for watching, listening to all this. See you soon.